Hello everybody, my name is Ike Quigley and I'm about to partake in a critical analysis of Jeremy Hyler's film What We Have. Now I asked Jeremy if he wouldn't mind if I did this because I think it's important. This film is worthy of being analyzed and hopefully this will be of benefit to some filmmakers out there. Kind of see what you can do and what can be done right. A couple of notes. One, my computer is very old and slow, so it's a very small screen and the resolution is not great. If you have not seen the film, I suggest that you do that. Go to Vimeo and search for it, What We Have, Romance, Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm sure you'll find it. And also I'm going to be stopping and starting throughout the film to point out certain things. Okay, so with that being said, we'll begin. We'll hit play right here. Hopefully it'll all make sense. Hopefully you might learn a few things about how I think about film, if that's of any use to you at all. Alright, so it starts off right away, and we have maybe 5 shots, 6 shots. I'm going to pause it right there. What's happened? Well, we already know. Using an economy of storytelling, without seeing anybody's face, without seeing any kind of act of violence, we know something is up and someone's probably just died. And we even got a quick shot of the murder weapon. So that's really important when making a short film, or making any film really, is that you convey as much information visually as you can without having to spell it out to the audience. Let them infer as much as they can. So keep going. And its body, boosh, in the water. And there's the murder weapon, and there it gets put back away. And this is a nice shot where we get our titles, What We Have. And I love this transition. Light, and we're going to that light, and a little dolly shot to the left. And here we're keeping the main character's face obscured, which is also very important to set up what's coming next after he walks up to his front door. He opens it and oh crap. So that's nice because you know, alright, he's killed somebody. We don't know who and we don't know why, but immediately, just less than a minute within the film, we've just created this counteraction of, well, I've killed somebody, but now there's a surprise party being held at my house. And now we get a little bit of the backstory from this fellow right here talking, and I gives him a hug.
Losing a little weight there.
Yeah, well.
Feeding you enough.
So he talks about his daughter not feeding him enough,
It's your 5th anniversary.
and just from the his reaction, we know that that he's not too happy about the situation. And also, you get the little heartbeat sound going on in the background. It's starting to build up the tension, and you know that this is going to be the counter, the thing that he's going to have to try to overcome before this film is over. Is what is he going to do about all these people? And well, I'll just continue on here.
Where's Laura?
Now, also critical analysis. I'm going to talk about some of the things I don't like about it. The lines there were just a little not quite sure, like the actor wasn't quite sure what he was going to say. But I like all the other lines this actor does. He does a great job. Terry Powers is fantastic. And here, this shot, staring straight into the camera, extreme POV close-up of the main actor, is immediately conveying this sense of these people are in his face and that he's starting to panic. So we move from here. Where is she? Let me call her. He picks up the phone. You know, he's trying to cover up things, and people in the background are just kind of looking around. And we get these really quick shots of the murder scene.
Where'd you go?
That helps emphasize what he's thinking and how he's going to resolve this issue he's got now. He's killed someone, and he's got to get away with it. Oh, I'll just call her back. Oh, no, don't bother. All right, moving on.
Had to stop by the office on the way home. She will be here soon.
Yeah. she'll be here soon. Still don't see the character's face, which I think was a bold choice.
Man,
And here we are again, another character
That's a long time.
getting right in his face. Yeah, okay, fine. Moving around, trying to get through the room. It's a nice handheld camera work, keeping the speakers in focus. Swing around here, and keeping him out of focus in the foreground, just catching a piece of his shoulder. And here he goes. Boom, good transition. And now we finally see his face. And I love this match cut right here. Give us a few moments, build up. He looks to his left and cut. Ah, that's great. So here we are into this scene. Obviously, it's flashback, talking about his establishing the relationship with his wife and what the problem is. Nice lighting, not quite as dark as the actual main plot. Slurping on the water.
I can't believe I married a fucking plumber anyways.
And then we get into the conflict. She's not happy. She's shallow. She's not happy with him.
with your fucking mouth closed.
Oh my goodness. All right. Oh, here's another shot that I want to point out. Like I said, I'm going to show the good and the bad. This is a forced depth of field. Found out later. I asked him, Jeremy Hyler, about why did he need to blur out the background. And it's not real obvious. I mean, it goes by pretty quick. But he said that one of the actors, I think probably this actor back here, I'm not sure, was very prominent in the frame in this shot. And that same actor was an extra in the other scene. So they couldn't have that. But anyhow, it's not too bad. It is a little noticeable. But I'd count off a couple of points for that if I was judging this. Okay, moving on. Alright. He's grabbing her hand. See, I like this because, and she pulls it away. It shows that he's trying, and she's given up.
Or my parents' credit card's gonna take care of that.
Oh, and your parents' credit cards. Oh, see, money's a problem, and she has no respect for him. And now we're cut back to the present day. What's he gonna do? Oh, she's everywhere, and it's obviously, you know, he's struggling with the guilt of it. So what would you do? Well, he's going to pack up his bags and get the hell out of Dodge. But what stops him? Well, there's a knock at the door. He gets back up, moves over there. Oh, the dad again. Now, let me point out something about the dad. The dad is the force that is causing the guilt. Because it's not just about, you know, he had a bitchy wife and he's going to kill her. Well, if that was all there was to it, then we wouldn't really care that she died, because we have no empathy for the wife at this point. She's shallow, she hates him. But here the father is embracing him. He's constantly like grabbing his shoulder, constantly telling him how proud he is of him. And that's the point that makes the main character think, oh, I think I've screwed up. You know, it's giving him a reason to be guilty about it. So it's a good triangle of characters. I like what he's got going here. Proud father, spiteful wife. All right, moving on. And what is he doing? While he's talking to the dad, his voice kind of just drowns out. He's not hearing what the dad is saying. And we're crossing the line several times. You know, right to left, left to right. We jump back over here. Now he's looking right to left and shaking his head. Flash of her. Everything's fine, and we cut back into the audio, so we pick up the conversation. Yeah, and then I like how the main character's in the foreground there, and the reveal of the wife, the dead wife, doesn't say anything, but we know it's on her mind. And then here we have a little moment. This is a nice bit of controversy. Several people wondered about this, where he kills the dad, but then it turns out he's just imagining it, and the way I interpret that is he's playing through his options. You know, he's tried to escape out the window. He's thinking, well, maybe I could just kill someone else and be done with it. But, you know, of course he doesn't. And so maybe he's going to go back up to the party. Well, here we are again, handheld, following him, looking over his shoulder. We stay in his POV. I think that's really important. He's the main character. and we're constantly seeing things from his perspective. So we're over his shoulder, he's just slightly out of focus. We're on left side, right side, we're right up in his face, a lot of extreme close-ups. And here we have a little funny moment here, where the I guess that's the brother-in-law is making making a joke. He's got the silly thing on his head. Now this shot I don't like. It's okay, but it breaks the POV that we had earlier. And he's clean of the frame. He's not anywhere in the shot, and it's okay. I mean, it's nothing terrible. And also the exposure is a little different. There's a little continuity and lighting issues with this shot. But it's all right. I forgive it. Well, I forgive any film that has bad shots in it that's made in 48 hours. But here they are drawing with the crayons. But now here we're establishing that they know that it's an issue, that his wife, you know, she can be a real bitch. And the dad comes to his defense. You know, he does an honest day's work. He's a plumber. What more do you want? Nothing to be ashamed of. So he taps him on the shoulder again. What do you do all day? I'm an editor. Yeah, whatever. Okay, now we're back into the over the shoulder. Like that. Okay, then we break out into a 3-shot, one of the widest shots in this scene, actually. Another close-up, he's going to go get a knife to cut the cake. And then once again, he's trying to decide, all right, what do I do? And here we have this great flashback. It should be noted, this is kind of like an evening poor man's process shot in the car. They're not actually out in the road at night. It's one single light. Very dark, very tricky, doing a shot this dark and hoping that it plays well. But they're just driving along, and again she's harassing him. Maybe we should move to another city. And you see we're on him mostly. He's prominent in the frame. Rack focus to him, because you're trying to see his exasperation. And immediately, coming off of that exasperation, here comes the sister making a comment. And what's he going to do? He's going to think, I can just kill her too. God, I'm tired of it all.
What are you staring at?
But he doesn't. He's got some self-control there. She walks away in the frame. Good transition into the cake. Cutting up the smiley, happy son. I love that. And I like this little sequence here, too. We're laughing, we're chewing, everybody's happy. Color issue there, but the shot's a little bright. She's right over his shoulder, and the blood over the cake. I thought, well, that's an interesting choice, because that's obviously in his head. That's not really happening. And here we go. We're over the dad's shoulder. He's out of focus, and the main actor looks. What is it? A good build up. Good build up. Good. And he says, I'm sorry. Well, that's his resolution to the to what he's going to do. Is he going to run away? Is he going to kill more people? How is he going to handle this conflict? And when he says, I'm sorry, that's the climax of it. So it's very internal. Everything in here is internal to him and what's going on. And also I'd like to point out that this is our last shot. It goes to black after this. This is our last shot. And it kind of bookends the first time we see the character, which is right behind him. We don't see the back. We see the back of his face. We don't see the front of his face. And now that's all we see is the front of his face and him staring directly in the camera. It's a good technique, I think, looking directly into the camera, but only if it's warranted. And so he says, I'm sorry. Boom, cut to black. And then even red for the background of the credits, I thought was well chosen. It's sort of shows anger, and then it fades to black. But anyhow, the whole point of this is that in 7 minutes you can really stack a film full of great technique and convey a lot of story in just a short period of time. Well, that's it from me, Ike Quigley. I hope that was helpful in some way and didn't bore you to tears. Anybody else who's got a short film they'd like me to tear apart, I'd be glad to do so. I don't know if my opinions are worth anything, but I certainly have them. And what's the point of having an opinion if you're not going to share it? So, that's it from me. Talk to you later. Have a good day.